The perfect audience for your study.
Yes.
John, you and your co-authors looked at 100 years of data to mine information about CEO success and careers, which I'm sure is of no interest to our audience here. And before we get to your results, tell us a little bit about your methodology. What were you looking at exactly?
Okay. So we went back and gathered data on all New York Stock Exchange firms back to 1920, financial data, governance data, and information about the board and as well as the executives of the company. And we wanted to observe the progression of CEO careers. So by having nearly 100 years worth of data, we could see the entire career path of tens of thousands of CEOs. And so some stuff jumps out at you from the data.
Tens of thousands. So one of the things that you found that was interesting is that a CEO becoming chairman used to be relatively rare.
Right. So when you have the really long run of data, you can see these patterns. In 1960, only about 1 out of every 5 CEOs was also chairman of the board. But by 1985, just 25 years later, 70% or 75% of CEOs were also the chairman. So that's kind of a modern phenomenon.
And so then you found that a talented, successful CEO usually becomes a powerful CEO. A powerful CEO then sometimes becomes an entrenched CEO, which then can lead to poor long-term performance, correct?
Yes, you could use those words to describe. So what we wanted to study is, one, what leads to CEO power, a powerful CEO relative to the board, and then secondly, what are the consequences of a powerful CEO? So by success, we mean superior operating performance, superior stock market performance relative to peer companies. And by power, we tried to measure that in several different ways. So we measured power with the founder CEO is a more powerful CEO. A CEO who is the dual chairman of the board, more powerful. CEO power seems to increase with the tenure of the executive. And then finally, we looked at board independence relative to the CEO. And what we found is when the CEO became more powerful by those other measures, the board became less and less independent. Mm-hmm. And that's something to keep an eye on, because an independent board is probably more of a check against a powerful CEO. So we have a CEO who's initially successful becoming powerful, and at the same time the board becoming less independent and maybe not offering that check.